of thousands of property owners frustrated.
We screwed up. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Vacant home tax mess that impacted more than 150,000 people. Many homeowners complaining that they were mistakenly billed by the city, even though their properties were occupied in 2023. Comes at an administrative cost of nearly $6 million.
If you own a property in Toronto, you need to know this. You have to declare for the vacant home tax, which has just been increased from 1% to 3% of assessed property value. Let me explain. The rather new vacant home tax that Toronto has implemented has now been increased from 1% to 3%. Now, this is based on assessed property value, not market value. Assessed value is typically a lot less than market value, and that's actually a good thing for you because that's what they base your property taxes on, which have also gone up by 9% in the last couple of years, by the way. We'll get to that too. But basically what you need to know is that you have to go on the Toronto government website, which you can find a link to in the description down below. Fill in the information and you can declare instantly. Now that you've gone and done that, let's actually talk about what this tax is. Let's start with the rollout, which has been an absolute disaster.
Extended timelines and a dedicated customer care team. These are some of the changes coming to Toronto's vacant home tax program. The proposed overhaul coming after a debacle earlier this year that left tens of thousands of property owners frustrated and confused.
We screwed up. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Those words from Councillor Francis Nunziata back in April after a vacant home tax mess that impacted more than 150,000 people. At the time, many homeowners complaining that they were mistakenly billed by the city, even though their properties were occupied in 2023. With poor communication being one of the major complaints with last year's rollout, officials say they are investing more in mail-outs, robocalls, and emails, and boosting their awareness campaign with more ads. All of this comes at administrative cost of nearly $6 million, about double what it was the previous year.
Thankfully, in the first year, most people were not charged, even though they were billed. You just had to call the city and spend time on the phone with them, explaining everything. It was just kind of a disaster. A lot of people were pretty upset. The city was trying to make up for some of its deficit spending, which, by the way, is now at $1.8 billion a year since Olivia Chow took office. They're trying to impose increased taxes or new taxes, everything from increased property taxes by 9%, which everybody was really upset about, and frankly, reduced affordability for entering the housing market in Toronto, all the way to things like a proposed rain tax, which is just bizarre, but I digress. Here's what they were hoping for. The average selling price as it stands right now at the top of the year in 2025 in Toronto is about $700,000 for a condo. Assessed property values will be considerably lower than that. They're usually in and around 20% lower. So let's just say 3% could be anywhere in the vicinity of about $15,000 to $20,000. The issue is that there's no way to really actually audit how many vacant homes there are in Toronto. And the declaration form is exactly that. It's just people declaring. And there's no way to really ensure that we're auditing those declaration forms effectively because there's so many of them, and the manpower needed to do so would just be, well, untenable. In short, spending is way outpacing any taxes that they're collecting from either new taxes like this vacant home tax or proposed taxes like a potential rain tax. The municipality is not the federal government. They can't just simply print money. And our federal government is in such a huge deficit that they can't afford to just be giving municipalities money. So once again, we're stuck in a hugely fiscally irresponsible municipality, and we should be expecting taxes to be going up, which will increase total debt servicing ratios, which will then make affordability for first-time homebuyers worse. So far, Olivia Chow has done nothing to make real estate more affordable for people in Toronto. But hey, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit the like button and check out this other video, which you may also enjoy.